Elementary Science Class 7. Wastewater Story. Water, our lifeline. Did you know that clean water is a basic need for human beings?
No, I didn't know that. What are the different uses of clean water?
Well, let's make a mind map to explore the many uses of clean water. For example, we use it for drinking, cooking, and bathing.
That's true. What other uses of clean water are there?
According to the United Nations, more than 1 billion people around the world don't have access to safe drinking water.
That's a lot of people. Why is that a serious issue?
It's a serious issue because lack of access to clean water can lead to water-related diseases and even deaths, especially among children.
That's awful. What's being done to address this problem?
The United Nations has declared the period from 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life, to reduce the number of people without access to safe drinking water. What is sewage? Did you know that sewage is a complex mixture of different substances?
No, I didn't. What kind of substances are in sewage?
Sewage contains organic impurities like human and animal waste, oil, urea, pesticides, and fruit and vegetable waste.
Wow, that's a lot of different things. What about inorganic impurities?
Sewage also contains inorganic impurities like nitrates, phosphates, and metals.
And what about the nutrients and bacteria in sewage?
Sewage contains nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen, as well as bacteria like Vibrio cholera, which causes cholera, and Salmonella paratyphi, which causes typhoid.
That's really interesting. Why is it important to understand what's in sewage?
Sewage can have a significant impact on the environment and public health if not properly managed. That's why it's important to be aware of its composition and potential effects. Water freshens up an eventual journey. Did you know that the water we use in our homes and buildings goes through a complex sewage system before it's treated and disposed of?
No, I didn't know that. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure, the sewage system is like a transport network that carries wastewater from where it's produced to the treatment plant. There are pipes, called saws, that form this network.
Wow, that's really interesting. How do they know where to put the pipes?
Manholes are located every 50 to 60 meters along the saws, at the junction of two or more saws and where there's a change in direction.
I see, so they can access the pipes and maintain the system. What happens at the treatment plant?
At the treatment plant, the wastewater goes through a series of processes to remove pollutants and make it clean again. First, it's aerated to introduce oxygen, then it's filtered to remove solids, and finally, it's treated with chlorine to disinfect it. Wastewater treatment plant. Wastewater treatment involves physical, chemical, and biological processes to remove contaminants.
What are the steps in the process?
First, the wastewater goes through bar screens to remove large objects like rags, sticks, and plastic.
I see. What happens next?
The water then goes to a grit and sand removal tank, where the speed is decreased to allow sand, grit, and pebbles to settle.
Wow, that's interesting. What's the next step?
The water is then allowed to settle in a large tank, where solids like feces settle at the bottom and are removed as sludge.
And what happens to the sludge?
The sludge is transferred to a separate tank where it's decomposed by anaerobic bacteria, producing biogas that can be used as fuel or to generate electricity.
That's amazing. What's the final step?
The clarified water is then aerated to help aerobic bacteria grow and consume the remaining organic matter. The treated water is then discharged into the environment.